Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to the forest. So it's Friday afternoon. Figured got off work a little bit early. Come out. You know, I haven't had really a decent meal in a long time, right? I eat stuff from the store, you know, frozen stuff or reheatable stuff from Sprouts. So I thought, you know what? Let's go take a Friday afternoon off, head out deep into the forest. Crazy time because I was out in the general area out here yesterday doing some stuff, and it started snowing, and that snow really turned to rain, and it's like super soupy out here. Everything's wet. The little fire road trails that I come in on, just mud. And I was throwing mud everywhere. I actually went sliding sideways down a hill, kind of let the momentum do its thing. I got to go back up that hill. So I'm going to show you guys that may get interesting. It's hard to see on the camera, but this hill is like, you come up to it like this, and then you go up, and it's probably 50 meters, 100 meters long. It's super steep. Not that big of a deal, but with it all mud, like super muddy, like that really slick clay mud, which is what's around here, that orangish clay dirt. So what I'm gonna do is I just found a spot here, kind of in a little valley. It kind of goes up the hill around. I'm gonna make just a little tiny campfire, and I'm gonna cook something up. So I'm gonna get prepped. Underneath here, if I can get a fire going. It looks pretty good. All right, so I knew that it rained out here and everything was going to be soaking wet. So I went ahead and brought my fire kit, which in here I have some stuff. I don't even remember what I have in here. I've got wet fire and stuff. This is like a full-on emergency one if you're in a real bad situation. But I've got some cotton balls, dryer lint, some Vaseline, different stuff like that. My ferro rod. So on this piece of wood here, it's got some huge amount of pitch and tar that is going to catch really nice. Big, just this whole sliver here, what I did, I saw how thick it was, and I batoned it off as thin as I could just to get this piece. Just, it's like pure fat wood. Pure fat wood. And then same thing with this piece. You can see it glistening on there. Really good piece there. And we could take some off of this. So I'm gonna not necessarily use any natural tinder. I'm gonna use what I brought with me, knowing that I could pack that in if it was gonna be a real damp situation. Stuff is like glue. Smells really good. Just trying to get a little bit of stuff, so as soon as I get a flame, then I can try and catch one of these on. This piece here is just so good. I don't need this whole piece. I just need a little bit from it. And the stuff I'm shaving off here is nice and full of resin. Really good amount of resin there. The ground's wet, so I've got a flat board to try and get it started on. I'm just looking forward to eating. The whole reason I came out here, but it's a decent time to at least practice, you know, some of the skills. This isn't the hard stuff when you have your own stuff, but we'll get it going. It's a little windy. It's 45 degrees. It's 45 degrees and a little bit windy down in this valley, but pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So I brought my char cloth tin that we made in the Can We Survive video. Bandana, some of these cotton pads, and because I ripped my jeans, now I'm gonna have some denim to see how the denim actually works. So what I'm gonna try and do is use the char cloth and then get it to light this bundle and then try and get the fat wood going. So just took one strike. Hot potato right there. So it's an invisible flame. It's going. It's really weird. All right. Alright, so we got some flame going now. See if I can get the fat wood to go up. You can definitely tell it's fat wood because of the dark black smoke that's coming off of it. It's like burning kerosene or something like that. So this is kind of a very minimal amount of preparation to get this thing going. Just to kind of test out to see if I can do it without prepping for hours. Get some of the bigger stuff going. Now it's time to relax. My mouth is already watering thinking about this. So this is from Sprouts, same place we got the steaks from in the Can We Survive video, which I don't know. I don't know what it was about that steak, but all we did was put a salt and pepper mix on it, which is the same. I got the same bottle that I put on here, and it was so good. I think it has a combination between that it just tasted good, but it had been months, maybe even a year since I've had a really good steak. I don't eat them that much. Don't have a barbecue at home. It broke. So I shot it with the shotgun to put it out of its misery. And I used to have a really big barbecue, and I found that the small ones I'm able to do, because I'm not cooking like a huge meal on these things. I had a Weber, I think it was called the Q. It was little, I had it for traveling around, and it was really small, and it worked off like the little propane bottle, the little Coleman ones. And man, that thing was perfect because it was really lightweight. It drained into a little aluminum tray where you could put aluminum foil, and so it cleans up really good. And man, that thing's seen a lot of states, a lot of off-road adventures, a lot of lakes and rivers and forests, mountains, deserts. It saw everything. But I don't remember what happened to that thing. I may have accidentally drove over it with my truck at one point. I'm not really sure. But it served its purpose. I don't know if they make them. The Weber, I think it was the Mini Q. There's a Weber Q, and then there's a Mini Q. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I don't think it was that expensive either. My board isn't quite wide enough. And my chair's sinking in. Oh, no, my chair. The heck. The chair's sinking in. All right. So I slow cook this thing over some coals. See if we get some real juiciness out of it. And I let it sit for a little bit. But if you can see, my board just isn't quite wide enough. I trimmed the fat off. What I'm going to try and do is cut this without getting juice all over myself. Alright, there we go. Medium, a little pink in the center. Man. So, cooking it slow and letting it rest preserves all those juices. I would show you the juices, but that'd be kind of gross. Too tasty. I'm balancing it across my boots. Man, that was good. And trim a little of this fat off. You know what I think it is, you guys? It's a good steak, right? It's a delicious steak. I think what the real key here is the simple salt and pepper mix I put on it. It's still hot. This simple salt and pepper mix on it is just enough. It's like sea salt, right? Because I don't ever salt anything. I cook with it, but I won't do this afterwards. Yeah, I put hot sauce, stuff like that on it, but this, wow. It's really good. Oh, I can't wait to make another one of these on Can We Survive with Niels. Shoot around the fat. Make sure you get all the meat. You see it? I was a little concerned with the heat. I mean, the heat was always there, but these coals, this is like a pine or something. Burns out really fast, doesn't make good coals to cook over. But I found those chopping trees right there are oak. And there was a couple dead limbs around. Able to get just a couple of pieces to make some coals with the oak. I helped out. And it burned a lot longer. Just those little, a couple little pieces. Well, it's totally worth taking your time with this. This is the best late lunch, early supper that I've had in a long time. Wow. That was really good. That was a really good late afternoon lunch. Friday afternoon, come out, relax, get to drive around a little bit in the forest, hike around a little bit, do some wood processing, just a little bit, do a variant fire starting, right? So I didn't use tinder from around here because it's all wet. But knowing that, I brought out my fire kit, which has cotton and different types of tinder in there. Still used a ferro rod, and I still used some char cloth, and then that caught that, and then I used some fat wood that I got from a piece of pine and cut that off and made some fat wood shavings, and then made a little bit fatter one, a fatter piece of fat wood, and it worked good. Even though that's not the best wood to cook with coals because it cooks down so fast and kind of disappears, I was able to really manage the fire. While I was cooking the steak, I had time, so I did a time lapse, which takes like 20 minutes or so. While that was doing that, I was just minding the fire and the coals and slow cooking that thing. And then when it looked like it was done, I pulled it off, let it sit, and then enjoyed it. It was really delicious. You guys should really try that rub, or a version of a salt and pepper dry rub. And that's it, nothing else. Okay, put that on, because it forms a crust on there too, I found. And just the salt and pepper is a perfect amount. Can't explain it. That's why I want you guys to try it. If you're a steak eater, if you're not, that's okay too. It was delicious though. But only once in a while every couple months I'll have a steak or something maybe. Because that was just like I remembered from the Can We Survive video. And it was, I'm saying it has to be that dry rub. Just very simple, basic. Basic. Anyways, time for me to pack up and head on out of here. And wow, have a good weekend. You know, this is a perfect start to a weekend. It's just a day where you can take half your day, wind down, and then, you know, get some stuff done on the weekend. Now I'm looking forward to cleaning the garage or something like that, you know. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me once again. I hope you enjoyed. Weird watching me eat. I know it's strange, but it's the idea is to share an experience with you all. And sharing that experience of eating a delicious steak. It was really good. It's really good. But thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So we're dropping into the bottom of a valley here, just before we gotta climb up and out this huge muddy hill with a couple of nice big ruts in it. Should be interesting. Here it comes up here. See if the camera actually picks it up just how steep it is. You can't even see the top. Here we go. That wasn't too bad. Feels like it dried out a little.